Hi, this is Alan Shelton with the Spiritual MBA, and today we're here with another pointer called the assumption of language. We've talked often about how from childhood we are conditioned with a set of concepts and beliefs that we often take to be our real life. One of the things a noticing that you need to have is the assumption of language. Language assumes certain things, and it's important to see that so you can see where it does not help us in the spiritual journey. So, the path of knowledge and separation, and that's the first path we walk on, says that we are each autonomous entities, which says that each of us are separate little things. You see in this little image all of these little folks walking down through this sand canyon. They are each separate entities, and we're each authors of our own journey. And our stories prove this to be so. And stories live in language. Have you ever noticed that whenever you use language, I say I and you and me? That is, by its very nature, separating you from me and me from you. And when we tell a story, we tell stories and we place those separate objects, the autonomous entities that are the authors of their own journey, we place them in the stories in exactly that particular way. And so our stories prove, and our language proves, the assumptions that we make about our autonomy and our authorship. And that is the path of knowledge. Unfortunately, there comes a time where we might feel in bondage to that. There you go. There's a bunch of language. So the path of wisdom and non-separation says, I am you and you are me. And prior unity is before separation. The who you are as a being and consciousness lives and continues to live before the separating nature of intellect and language. And language doesn't live here. It's something that we had to acquire after arrival. And meaning doesn't live here either. Separation is the only thing that will give something meaning, and that's applied through language. So that's what the path of wisdom and non-separation says. There's a whole bunch of non-symbols and non-language. So this is Alan Shelton from the Spiritual MBA. So how do you apply this? When you go inside, ask yourself the question, who am I? And as you see your mind race off to tell you a story of separation using language, look underneath that and see what's really driving that exercise. With any luck, you'll have an experience of the being and the consciousness that you yourself are. And that is the spiritual journey. All right. Thanks for listening to my pointer. And I will talk to you next time. See ya.